welcome back to our channel, and our lesson for today is Preposition of Place.
Our story for today, the fox and the grapes versus the crow and the pitcher. Once upon a time, there was a fox walking through the woods. It came upon a grape orchard. There, it found a bunch of beautiful grapes hanging from a high branch. The fox was hungry, so it decided to eat the grapes. Boy, those sure would be tasty, the fox thought to itself. The grapes looked ripe and juicy. They made the fox feel so hungry. The fox backed up and took a running start and jumped, but it did not get high enough. The fox went back to its starting spot and tried again. It almost got high enough that time, but still not quite. It tried and tried, again and again, but just couldn't get high enough to grab the grapes. Finally, it gave up. The fox walked away. It put its nose in the air and said, "I am sure those grapes are sour." There is also another story about a crow. Its attitude was exactly the opposite of fox. The crow was so thirsty it began to feel weak. It found a pitcher in the garden. When the crow put its beak into the mouth of the pitcher, it found that only very little water was left in it. It could not reach far enough down to get a drink. It tried and tried. Then a thought came to the crow. It took a pebble and dropped it into the pitcher. Then took another pebble and dropped it into the pitcher. The crow did this until it saw the water rise up near the top. After casting in a few more pebbles, it was able to quench its thirst and regain strength. The crow said, "Little by little does the trick." Who was hungry?
The fox!
The crow was thirsty. It needed.
Water!
What did the fox want to eat?
Grape!
Where did the crow see the pitcher?
The garden!
What did the crow put into the pitcher?
Salt in the water!
No, what did the crow put into the pitcher with the water?
Pebble!
Okay. What was the crow able to drink? What was the crow able to drink? What was the crow able to drink?
Pitcher!
Water! Who gave up?
The fox!
What did the fox say about the grapes?
The grapes is so sour!
Those grapes are sour. What did the crow do after it drank?
It just fly away!
Questions, Gabilots. Number 1. Based on the story, we can see that the fox gives up easily. Why do you think the fox said that the grapes were sour?
It's so bad because he can not
Because it could not get
the grapes.
the grapes. If you were the fox and you could not reach the grapes, what would you do?
Get ladder to reach them.
Get a ladder so you can reach the grapes. Next, what might have happened to the crow if it was not able to drink?
Will die from thirst.
Who showed perseverance? Who did not give up easily?
The
Vocabulary. Pebble, a small, usually rounded stone. Gabriel, use pebble in a sentence.
The crow puts a pebble in the pitcher.
Very good.
Diphthongs O-U and O-W. O-U, sour, shout, house, round, scout. Owl, cow, clown, crowd, crown,
Prepositions of place. These are the prepositions of place and how to use them. In. Use in for enclosed spaces or places. Example, in a room, in a building, in a garden, in a park, in a forest. Use in for bodies of water. In the water, in the sea, in a river. On. Use on for surfaces. On the ceiling, on the wall, on the floor, on the table, on a field. Use on for directions. On the left, on the right. At. Use at for specific places. At the bus stop, at the door, at the cinema, at the end of the street. Use at for places on a page. Like at the top of the page, at the bottom of the page. Tell me if it's an in, on, or at. Number 1. The crow found a pitcher blank the garden. In, on, at.
On the garden.
Wrong! In the garden. Garden, enclosed yun. Number 2. Put the glass of water in on the table.
On.
A school of fish is swimming in, on, at the sea.
In the sea.
You will see the title of the story in, on, at the top of the page.
At the top of the page.
Hang the picture in, on, at the wall.
On the picture. At the wall.
Wrong! On the wall. Their office is in, on, at a building.
Their office is on the building.
No, in a building. Pag sinabi mo yung on, nasa top. Top of the building. Number 7. The book was placed in, on, at the left side of the shelf.
The books was placed on the left side of the
Yes,
shelf.
very good. On is used for directions. Next, the playground is in, on, at the park.
The playground
The park enclosed place yan.
in.
Okay. Number 9, the small light sits in, on, at the table.
The small light
Surface.
sits on the table.
Next, he waited patiently in, on, at the bus stop. Exact place.
At the bus stop.
Very good. Next, the grapevine was planted in, on, at the garden.
The grapevine was planted in the garden.
The fox rested in, on, at the end of the forest.
At the end of the forest.
The water in, on, at the jar is not enough.
The water in the jar was not enough.
The pebbles are in, on, at the bottom of the pitcher.
The pebbles are in the bottom of
Wrong. In, on, at the bottom of the pitcher.
the at the bottom of the picture.
Okay, next. The fox and the crow live in, on, at a forest.
The fox and the crow live at the forest.
Wrong. Forest, enclosed place.
In the forest.
Very
That's it for
good.
today.